So far, Street Fighter 6 is looking absolutely amazing. Everyone is ultra excited about this game. It's hitting on all cylinders, but there is one issue with all of the modern fighting games, and I'm really excited to see how Street Fighter 6 is gonna handle this issue. If you played any of the modern fighting games, then I'm sure you have come across this. A character select screen, a bunch of grayed out symbols. These characters you pretty much can't use. And you might be wondering, well, Mora, like, why are you telling us this? Why is this important? Well, first let me tell you about Soul Calibur, because this is a game that keeps pulling me back.
Enjoy your treat! You missed your chance for mercy.
Yeah, it's Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur is probably my second favorite series when it comes to fighting games. I've always played Soul Calibur on the side, and I've always done fine because I have some legacy knowledge of the series, but it wasn't until Soul Calibur 6 that DLC started becoming a problem. You're excited for the game, you try to play it out online, and then you come across a character like Amy. And Amy is not like an overpowered character or anything, but she's just a knowledge check character. And the issue is, well, I don't know anything. So I get my shit kicked in, and obviously then I go to the character select screen and, well, Amy's not even there. And it turns into a, do you wanna practice against this character that you just lost to? Well, that's gonna be $6. And with more and more characters added to the game, this happens more often, and you just end up losing the motivation to play the game to begin with. This issue is made even worse by two things. The first one is that most modern fighting games, they don't have an online training mode anymore. So even if your friend has a character, you can't really lab them in training mode against them. You have to buy them yourself. The second issue is that most of the modern fighting games, they go for an easy dumbed down base roster, and most of the technical characters or the characters with unique gameplay ideas, well, they become DLC characters. A big example of this is Strive. Well, in the base roster, you got Soul, Man, you got Ram, which, I mean, come on, a toddler can play Ram, and Totsugaki! And then with the DLC you get characters like Gold Lewis, who I know like he plays like a complete gorilla, but Behemoth Typhoon got more, it's probably the most complicated special move I've ever seen. And this is not just like a Strive thing, this is very common among fighting games these days. Characters who are DLC, they typically have more depth, they have gimmicks, they have a lot more going on. Look, I'm not even gonna go into power creep, the fact that most of the DLC characters end up being top tiers, or the fact that many of the gaming companies, they will force you to buy season passes, and this will be the best way to, or at least the most effective way to get the characters value wise, and you will not even know who you're buying. But the fact that you can't even train or practice against the characters unless you buy them, well, I think that's completely whack. Look. I'm a realist. I know that the idea of fighting games not wanting to separate the community and adding the characters for free, that is never gonna happen. And I don't expect Street Fighter 6 to do it, but what I expect them to do is will give me an honest way to practice against these characters without having to buy them. Buying character you don't want simply to have a chance against them, I think that's just wrong. And one of these methods could be, well, give me an online training mode, so at least if I know someone who has these characters, I can play against them. That sounds fair, right? Another method that they can do is what Multiverses did, and that is just give me the ability to use these characters in training mode, even if they are the dummy. Just give me the ability to practice against them. DLC value per character and everything, it's a very complicated issue. But right now there are two ways to play a fighting game. Either you are a consistent player who is playing every day, you're a daily grinder, and if you want to compete in that environment and have like a really competitive shot, you need to buy the DLC characters regularly as they come up to have a fighting chance against them, which absolutely sucks, means that you're paying a lot. Or you wanna save yourself up for the definitive champion edition, and by then you are pretty much have missed out on most of the game's life cycle, and you're probably gonna enter a newbie, and then you'll have to fight people who have been playing for years, which no one really enjoys. So whether you are a consistent player who is playing daily but you just simply don't want to spend money on characters you don't care about and know you will not play, or you're someone who play many fighting games and maybe this is gonna be your secondary game, but you don't really want to invest that much but still have an enjoyable time and a fighting chance. Or maybe you're just someone who's a completely casual gamer and you're suddenly a Sam Show player because they added Iroha, horny on main, wink wink. Well, I guess this is an issue that will affect all of us, and I'm really excited to see how Street Fighter 6 is gonna handle this topic. If you have enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think we are past the age of games pretty much forcing you to pay so that you can stand a chance against new characters? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment below. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe.